Hey folks, welcome to Seawaywhiskywire. Tonight in the bar we've got the Clonakilty Double Oak Irish Whiskey. Stay tuned. Well, hey, thanks for coming back after the intro. I'm Tyler, and tonight in the bar we've got the Clonakilty Double Oak Irish Whiskey coming in. Being March, we really should be representing some Irish whiskeys, and I think John, the whiskey neighbor, kind of reminded me the other night when I was watching one of his videos that we definitely should. So I thought I better get my act together and get going on some of these reviews of some of my Irish whiskeys that I've got here. So the first one I got tonight is my first review of an Irish whiskey, and that is the Clonakilty Double Oak. It's a relatively small distillery located on Ireland in Clonakilty, right on the coast. And, it kind of claims a little bit of being on the coast and getting those sea breeze notes. So, I'm me being a fan of those maritime-y coastal notes. I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll get into the specs of the bottle here, and it's kind of interesting. So it comes in at 43.6%, which is really nice, a little bit of a step up from the normal 40% you see with a lot of Irish whiskeys there. On the bottle, it publishes itself as non-chill filtered, which is very good to see them publishing that. They don't mention anything about natural color. I am going to go off on a limb and say that it is natural color, because of the Double Oak cask influence, which is ex-American bourbon, and the second one is Bordeaux, European Bordeaux red wine casks. So I mean, given that, and you can see the bottle's so nice and clear, you can see that liquid in there is relatively natural in my opinion. So I'm going to go off and say that it is a natural color. I already shared the cask influences with you guys there. So yeah, it's a relatively nice bottle here. We'll get into the presentation of the bottle. No canister over this one, but a very nice, simple bottle to it. I really like the whale logo that's on here. That really kind of pushes that maritime, those coastal notes, by the sea kind of thing. And there's not a whole ton of information on here. All in all, there's a batch and a batch number and number of bottles. So I've got batch 25 of 7,000 bottles here. And really not much as far as, basic tasting notes, product of Ireland. They've got a QR code that'll send you over their website, but honestly, it just tells you a lot of the same. So, I mean, one thing I would like to see out of these guys, if it is in fact natural color, and please, if it isn't natural color, somebody correct me below in the comments below. But I'd really like to see them publish that on the bottle. That would be the one thing I would say to improve on. Other than that, though, pretty nice bottle. I like the color scheme. I like the fact that you can see in there and see that really natural color of the bottle. Again, I hope it's natural color. But yeah, non-chill filtered, 43.6%, double oak matured. Yeah, pretty good all around. So yeah, we'll get into the pour here and have a look at the liquid here, and you guys can be the judge of that. Nice little cork pop on there as always. Pour ourselves a little dram. I'll get that in there close, and you guys can kind of see, and really take a look for yourself. It's a pretty pale color considering the fact they're using ex-American oak bourbon and ex-Bordeaux wine casks. You would expect, if it was going to be more colored, I would think there'd be more color. But it's a very golden kind of, not so much amber, a little bit further than straw, but really gold hue to it there. Yeah, pretty nice all around color to it. Yeah. We'll get into the tasting notes, but as I always say, if you got some Irish whiskey to pour and drink along with me, I definitely encourage it. It makes life a lot nicer for you guys to listen to me talk and have a dram. If you got some Clonakilty, that's even better. I mean, I don't know, none of my buddies have this one yet. I'm kind of the only one that has it, and we've been just sampling a little bit tonight. But yeah, if you got some Irish whiskey, pour along and drink along with me, and we'll get into it. So yeah, we'll get into the nose, see what we can find here in the nose. See, I always find Irish whiskey very gentle on the nose. It very much, you don't get those alcohol prickle, you don't get any of that really big oomph flavors to it. Very, very gentle. So to start off, there's some toffee on there, some toffee notes, caramel notes, some vanilla, and yeah, really bourbon-esque flavor notes or scents on the nose. You get some honey in there. Some green apples, like Granny Smith green apples. I get a touch of red berry. It might be just the fact that they've kind of disclosed that it's red wine finish, but I mean, I get some red berries on there, some grape notes, some wine notes, but it's very faint. Highly dominated by these bourbon notes again. Vanilla, toffee, caramel, honey, and you get those fresh green apples as well. Yeah, nice in the nose for sure. So yeah, let's get into the tasting notes, and hopefully you're drinking along with me, and we'll see what we can get out of it. So, Slàinte. Interesting. Did not expect that again. So right at the get-go, you get some nice spice. It's like a cinnamon spice, like a gingery, not a powdered ginger, but like ginger root. Very, very brisk in the throat and on the palate there. You don't get any alcohol prickles, so it's not that at all. It's like just a spice, but it's a blast of spice right at the start. Then you get into some vanilla notes. You get that oak tannin, that bitterness kind of at the end of it there. The middle's very fresh, and it's very much, you know, honey, caramel. Yeah, honey, caramel. And maybe it's just the marketing piece. I do get some saltiness in there, some brininess. Not like I shouldn't say brininess. It's more just it's sea breeze. It's salty on my lips and tongue. Not as much as like an Isla or like a, you know, not like a Bunnahabhain 12 or anything like that, but it is there, I believe. Yeah, it's just a nice little bit of brininess there, or sorry, a little bit of coastal notes to it there. Salty air, sea breeze, maybe a little bit of shaved almonds too. Yeah. Some different notes for sure for an Irish whiskey. I can definitely say that for sure. So yeah, we'll get into the finish with that. And let me get one more sip in here. It's a pretty good dram, I will say that. So it's a short finish. It is mouth coating. Like you can tell, you get more of those oils in there. It's hanging on to the sides of my mouth and the top of my mouth and whatnot and tongue, but it's not. It doesn't hang around too long. It's pretty approachable. You get those oak tannins, and it's kind of like that spicy oak. And it's at the front. The front is more heavy with those cinnamon and ginger, and then you get the spice of the oak at the back end, but it doesn't hang on for a long time, so it's gone. But I will say this, you know, from how would I compare this to something like a Jameson's or, you know, the Sexton and some other Irish whiskeys that you would get at 40%. I will say this is a grittier whiskey, and what I mean by grittier is it's got more to it. It's more complex. It's more, you know, it has that mouth feel to it. It's not as thin as you normally would get from Irish whiskey, and it's really good. You're gonna go out and try Irish whiskey. This is something you might want to give a shot if you're kind of trying something different. If you're used to drinking the same Irish whiskey over and over and over again and getting those flavor notes over and over again, it might be time for a change. Maybe you want to go and try something like the Clonakilty Double Oak for sure. So we'll get into the value proposition now. So this bottle comes in around $60, and I mean, I think at $60, it's a pretty good deal. It's a little bit higher, you know. Normally Irish whiskeys around me, they'll sit around, you know, anywhere from $45 to $50 a bottle. You got to pay a little extra, I know, to get something like this. But I mean, you're getting the double cask finish. You're getting a little bit more of the ABV. You're getting the non-chill filtered, and probably for all intents and purposes, you're probably getting that natural color as well. I would kind of compare this to, you know, when I looked up the Writer's Tears Double Oak, it came in at around $70. It's on sale right now, the LCBO, but I mean, it comes in around $70. So for $10 less, you're getting a couple points off the ABV, but you're getting a similar product. And for that, you know, for those coastal notes as well, I'm saying it's definitely something you want to try. Am I going to stock this on my bar? I'll probably continue on through some other Irish whiskeys, but definitely something I was happy to get this as a gift from my brother-in-law for my birthday. And, you know, came at the right time. My birthday was back in February, and now we're in March, and I'm just kind of starting to kick around with this. But no, I'm happy I received it, and I'm definitely going to drink it and make it gone. So yeah, I'd say you definitely should try it. If you're an Irish whiskey fan and you have not, definitely go out and seek this bottle out. As far as availability is concerned, I think it's pretty readily available in the LCBO. He bought it locally, so I know he didn't have to travel out of town or out of province to get it. And yeah, for $60, it's a pretty decent buy. So I'll leave you with that. So yeah, that's my first Irish whiskey review. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you like what we're doing over at Seaway Whiskey Wire, please like and subscribe down below. Comment. Love to hear those comments. Love to see people engaging with me there. Also check me out on Instagram at Seaway Whiskey Wire as well. I'm pretty active on there now and really enjoying my journey on that. So yeah, I'll leave you with that, and Slàinte to your health, and I'll see you next time. Take care.